You're not failing. You're just comparing your real life to someone else's fantasy. And it's killing you. Every scroll, every like, and every flawless photo that you see online, it's rewiring your brain without you even knowing. You don't realize it, but you're living in someone else's highlight reels, mistaking it for reality. And the cost? Your happiness, your mental health, and even in drastic scenes or in drastic cases, your financial future. And today, I'm exposing the truth of the fantasy trap. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Miss Wangui Muithathi, your personal finance and investment coach, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm talking to those people or individuals who've ever felt crushed under the weight of impossible expectations. So this video right here is your wake-up call. Let's talk about the fantasy world trap. Before we start, I need you to understand that social media is not real life. Okay? It's the best lighting, the perfect angle, the staged photo. And my dear, people don't post their failures. You'll rarely see people posting their sleepless nights, their failed businesses, their broken relationships, and yet, that's what you're comparing yourself to. You're told if you walk a mile in someone else's shoe, you tell them, I can't do this. So you find yourself measuring your day-to-day life or even your day-to-day struggles against someone else's meticulously edited fantasy. Let's talk about the algorithmic bubbles. This is where it gets worse because the algorithm feeds you more of what you engage with. So it sees you like one luxury post, and all of a sudden, your entire feed is flooded with Lamborghinis, trips to Dubai, vacations all over the place, and people preaching 6 figures in 6 months. All that because you liked one post. But what you don't see is the loans behind the designer cars or the designer bags. What you don't see are the mental breakdowns behind their perfect smiles and the family drama behind their big mansions. You have to know the difference between digital personas versus real self. Okay? Nowadays, as long as you have a camera, you can craft a digital version of yourself to something that actually doesn't exist. Okay? People are crafting digital versions of themselves that don't exist. And when you see these posts, you see these pictures, you start believing that your real self, flawed, messy, authentic, isn't enough. Let's talk about the poison that follows. These are extreme expectations. Self-sabotage. This is where you find yourself, you start believing that you're supposed to have it all. Or you start thinking at a certain age, by now I'm supposed to have this and that. By now I should have the perfect partner. I should have the perfect body. And by 30, at least I should have $1 million business. Thinking you should be having passive income flowing while you sip cocktails on a yacht somewhere. And when your life doesn't match that script, you spiral. You sabotage yourself, thinking you've failed already. Yeah? Many of you out there are stuck, afraid to start because of fear of failing. You keep telling yourself, or you keep convincing yourself, that if I can't make it perfect, why even try? And you see, that kind of thought, it steals your future. It keeps you stagnant. You never move. Eventually, it takes a mental health toll on you. You start having anxiety. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're depressed. You're crushing self-doubt, forgetting that you're not weak. You're just a human who's trying to survive in a system that is designed to break you. And when reality hits, for instance, when you lose your job, or when your business fails, or when your relationship ends, you lack resilience to handle setbacks. You have eroded resilience because no one showed you that failure is part of real success. And that's why you're told, go out there, talk to these successful people. They will tell you how many times they failed. But nowadays, everyone wants to keep to themselves. No wonder the high rates of anxiety and depression. What I need you to understand or to know is that you can break free. And I'll show you how. You have to ground yourself in reality. We have to find a way to ground you into reality. The antidote is simple, but not easy. You do this by 1, doing a digital detoxification. You have to start scheduling screen-free hours, okay? And while at it, feel how your mind shifts when you disconnect. Your brain needs boredom sometimes, okay? You need to be okay with being bored. Because when you're bored, that's where real creativity and peace are born. So anytime you're bored, don't be in a hurry to find something to do. Okay? 2, become a critical consumer. Ask yourself, every time you're scrolling on whatever platform, who's benefiting from me seeing this? And what's cropped out of this story? So, don't be manipulated by people who are so busy trying to sell you perfection, yet they are not perfect, because nobody is perfect. So why do you allow someone else to feed you with these things? They sell perfection to you and you believe them. So stop that. 3, embrace good enough. As I said, perfection is a lie. Anyone who's selling you something that looks very perfect, ask questions, because there's nothing like that. It's just a huge big lie. Focus on something like progress, because progress matters more. Okay? Done is better than perfect. Your 60% effort today will always beat 0% effort chasing 100% perfection. Cultivate real world anchors. Touch the earth. Cook your own meals. Start building real friendships. Not followers, friends. Okay? You need to accept you being vulnerable. And this is because vulnerability creates deeper and lasting human bonds. Okay? So once in a while, allow yourself to be vulnerable. 5, reframe your expectations. Life is messy. Success isn't linear. Growth, on the other hand, comes with falling, failing, and standing back up. Ask yourself, is this expectation serving me or setting me up for pain? And remember, the internet is a tool, not a reality. So don't surrender your peace chasing someone else's fantasy. You'll be doing yourself injustice. I am human. I do recognize that this world, some way, somehow, can pull you in. I've seen it happen to so many, financially, emotionally, physically, even mentally. But true power, true resilience, it comes from living grounded, from protecting your mind, from valuing your unique voice. As Neil Gaiman said, that the one thing that you have that nobody else has is you. So protect that. Guard it with everything. And when you feel yourself slipping into the fantasy trap, pull yourself back into the beauty of reality. I am Miss Wangui Muithathi, your personal finance and investment coach. and I'll see you in my next video.